Namaste, I am Shivaswati and we are making this video on explaining the difference between abundance consciousness and scarcity consciousness or survival consciousness or poverty consciousness. So this video is important now because we are moving towards the new age as a human race and to rise with the frequency of earth from second dimension to fourth dimension. You have to think on lines of abundance consciousness. If you continue focusing on poverty consciousness, then your health problems will increase and you can die. So as far as possible, we have to focus on abundance consciousness, which means that you are happier with less. You are focused on abundance and you don't need so much money or so much luxury or so much food or so many relationships. Everything becomes less, it becomes more focused and qualitatively better. So abundance consciousness, though it says abundance consciousness, abundance, more. However, what it means is that you are content. There is more abundance of contentment. There is higher abundance of good quality food, not too much food. There is higher abundance of true love than many relationships. There is higher abundance of good health than many doctors and many hospitals. So the quality of life increases in abundance consciousness compared to poverty consciousness. So till now humanity was existing on poverty consciousness, which is survival consciousness, and your total focus was on money. You thought that if you have money you can buy food, you can buy love. People even think that they can buy love with money and there is no need for emotional understanding. They can be like animals and get love, simply physical love. So it is a totally misguided concept because till you are human you don't get real love. Animals don't love. It is a higher level emotional experience which a human brain can handle but an animal brain cannot handle. That is why love is a very complex emotion. Relationships are very complex. They are where your more soul lessons come up. Soul lessons are karmic lessons which you come on earth to learn as a part of the creator. So you are on earth as a part of the creator, as a ray of light, and you are on earth to learn the process of co-creation, and you are learning soul lessons. Through all the work that you do, through all the money that you earn, you are learning soul lessons. Your grades are not counted by your money earned. Your marks were in school counted by your marks, but in adult life you are not counted by your marks or your money earned. You are counted by your ability to co-create contentment in your life, peacefulness in your life, given all the difficulties that you encounter. So because contentment, peacefulness, happiness are positive frequencies. So your karmic score is your level of positive frequency. It is not your house, it is not your car. It does not matter to God what kind of house you live in, what kind of car you have, what kind of mobile phone you have, how successful people think you are. All that does not matter for your level of happiness or for your karmic score to improve. Your karmic score determines your level of happiness. If your karmic score is good, your happiness will rise. So for abundance consciousness, you need a different kind of mindset which is focused on finding positivity in life from childhood. So right now our mindset is focused on finding negativity in life from childhood, like what is missing, where is it wrong, where is it to be corrected. We are taught from schools where is it to be corrected. And most of the education that we spend so much time and effort and money on is a complete waste in adult life, because adult life entails emotional management. So emotional management and handling emotions in a way so that you are more positive than negative is essential in adult life to be successful, happy, or to have basic clothing, shelter, food. Until you have good emotional management, you are like playing a gamble all the time. You are on a gambling race all the time, and you can fall anytime. You can be sick, you can be tired, you can be angry, you can blow up jobs, you can become a terrorist, you can fund terrorism because you are an angry businessman. So you can support criminals because you want your work to be done, and criminals are again unhappy people. So it's a big cycle where criminals are always unhappy because they are sacrificing their soul for earning money, and then they get so caught in the business. Initially they do it for money, they get so caught in the business they cannot get out, and then they're always stressed, and then they become vibrating machines of negativity if they're always stressed. So again, if you, whether you are a criminal or a manager or a teacher or a doctor, if your stress levels are higher than your happiness levels, you lose your karmic score and you become poverty conscious. Poverty consciousness is a situation where your stress levels are very high because you desire so much more than what you need, and your constant focus is on deprivation. For abundance consciousness, you need a completely different method of spending money, where you spend for things which help you be peaceful in the future and in the present moment, and you do not spend on things which make you feel unhealthy, or where you get hangovers, or where if you are smoking you are getting headaches. So you do not spend on anything which makes you feel stressed or unhappy or unhealthy. This abundance consciousness needs to be taught from schools ideally, because schools literally are run these days. They make you feel like victims of circumstances, and children are told they have to study whether they agree with the syllabus or not. So you are taught to obey without thinking from the beginning, and this leads to a lot of unhappiness in life because you are forced to make a lot of choices which make you unhappy. So you get used to unhappiness, you start feeling like victims, and then you resort to escape mechanisms like alcohol or drugs or cigarettes or violence. So all these escape mechanisms lower your karmic score and lead to increased unhappiness in life in the future. So to be more happy in the future, you have to learn to do things only when they make you positive, and this ideally needs to be taught from school. So the pandemic comes and it is increasing because nothing is being done about the school. The schooling system as it is has to collapse. It has to come to a level where the syllabus is completely changed so that it makes children positive from the beginning, and they are taught positive thinking. Positive thinking is skill, and you need exercises, mental exercises for positive thinking. It does not come automatically like negative thinking, because negative thinking is magnetic, it is gravitational, it comes naturally, but positive thinking requires effort, like going uphill, and it requires a logic based effort, scientific effort. So you will find a lot of exercises on positive thinking, like in my book Spirituality in Education, Redefine Success as Rising Happiness, Optimism and Positivity. So there are about 100 exercises, 75 exercises. So then Redefining Happiness has 25 exercises. So these are different kind of exercises which are not taught in regular schools, though they can be taught. But these exercises are either downloaded through meditation or taught in programs like neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, Reiki. So the point is that when you are learning abundance consciousness, you have to invest on your self-healing, on your healing, on books, on therapies, on going to psychologists, going to psychotherapists, past life therapists. You have to invest money on your health and on your peacefulness, not just on food and partying and clothes and security. You have to invest money right now to be healthy, so that your medical expenses are reduced later. It is a choice to invest on your peacefulness more than on your fear of having insecurity in the future. So when you are ready to invest on your peacefulness, only then abundance consciousness rises. And schools have to teach, but till schools are teaching, till schools collapse and reform again, you have to learn abundance consciousness yourself to stay alive. So you can learn abundance consciousness by being thankful all the time, irrespective of the difficulties in your life. You can learn abundance consciousness by counting blessings in your life. You can learn abundance consciousness by finding 10 good things in your atmosphere every day. Whether you like your place or not, you can find abundance consciousness by finding 10 good things in your body, whether it is perfect or not. So whenever you are ready to cope with less in a happier manner, you are conscious of your abundance. That is the idea, that all that you have, you are conscious of that, and you are not focusing on what is missing or on poverty in your life. Poverty means poverty of health, poverty of peacefulness, poverty of shelter, poverty of food. So poverty is not simply, poverty consciousness is not simply based on food and money. It is based on your general level of peace, and lack of peace is poverty. So when you are poverty consciousness, you are increasing problems in your life. And when you are excessively saving money and you are only investing on things which increase your money in the future, like you invest on a car so that it can be sold in the future, you invest on gold jewelry so that again it can be sold in the future, you invest on partying and going to bars and pubs to make friends so that they can help you earn the money, and you invest on everything which gets you money. Then you lose out on investing on things which make you happy and healthy. So abundance consciousness means that even if you invest less on money, you earn less, okay, but your health is better, your peacefulness is better, so automatically you need less money. And when you need less money, you are less worried about money, and therefore you are a happier human being, and your positive frequency rises with the rising dimension of earth to the new age. So earth is literally rising to the new age. Everyone is not agreeing, but then everyone is not going to stay alive to see it. Several people will become animals, they will move backwards in time, they will move to other planets after they die. So people who are ready to accept that the new age is coming, and they are ready to change their consciousness to abundance consciousness in tune with the new age, only they will succeed in staying alive and see the new age and see it coming, see the happening, and see that in the future the changes which are going to come, they have to participate in it. So there will be a lot of calamities and earthquakes and pandemics. It is expected that a lot of people will die who are completely refusing to accept that the new age is coming. And then the new age will come for them millions of years later, because Earth 7 will be born after the ice ages. Their humanity will rise again, and Earth 7 will be born, and that will be millions of years later, and then the new age will come for them. So everything that they believe in comes true. Everything that you believe in comes true. It depends on how it comes true. That is the only difference. For people who believe that new age is coming in 2025, they are ready in a way to change their consciousness to abundance consciousness. They are ready in a way for salvation, for calls of enlightenment, and they are ready to let go of money and power games and rat race and competition, and rise to higher spirituality, higher peacefulness, more contentment with less. So abundance consciousness actually means more contentment with less, and poverty consciousness means no contentment however much is there. So even the very rich people are sometimes very poverty conscious, and they're always stressed, always running. Their feeling level is as if they are rickshawalas, like that. You're always running. However much you earn, you're always running, as if you are pulling somebody's rickshaw, doing somebody's work. And you give yourself no time to be peaceful or be in meditation, and you give yourself no time to love or to be happy or generally be content, count the blessings in life. You're always complaining and always being stressed and being sick. So that is, I am not judging rickshawalas as wrong also. I respect everyone. I am only saying that in spite of working so hard, and you have a palace and you have all the facilities, but your mind is as stressed as if you were a laborer, and there is no quality of peacefulness, no quality of contentment in your life. So then there is your karmic score does not go high by the work you do. Your karmic score goes high only when you are positive. And investing in positivity requires NLP, past life therapy, energy healing, soul healing, investing in books which teach you self-help, investing in methods of healing like naturopathy and Ayurveda, investing in singing, music, dance, painting which refresh your soul, investing in creativity, in artist work. So all these things which are not counted tangibly and which cannot be resold, you have to invest on those things so that your peacefulness rises, so that your health expenses automatically become less and you stay alive. And one guru mantra for staying alive is to say that I want to stay alive. When situation becomes very difficult and you feel that you're about to die, you say, I want to stay alive. And then you say, let me make choices to stay alive. And then you have to make, automatically your subconscious mind guides you. But when your subconscious mind guides you to make those choices, you have to make those choices, you have to make those sacrifices. Sometimes you're forced to make those sacrifices, and you have to let go and forgive the people who are forcing you to detach. It is a difficult situation, but it can be mastered. Consciousness can be mastered, and you can move towards your salvation, towards your enlightenment, and or simply towards a higher level of happiness, simply by being content with less and investing more on your healing and your health. So earlier your investment was totally on money. Now your time is divided between earning money, being healthy, and being happy. Criteria becomes divided. It is not just one point. It is not just one problem solving situation. It is a two problem solving situation. You are moving from simple mathematics to simultaneous equations on earth. You are moving from second grade to fourth grade, and you are working on simultaneous problem solving equations now, which means that your health should be good with the money you are earning, not because you are going to hospitals, but because you are naturally targeting health. Going to hospitals does not make you healthier. Doctors help you, but medicines help only when you are thinking positive. If you don't think positive, medicines cannot help you. So your target now is positive thinking along with earning money, and you earn only as much as helps you make positive, and you let go of the money which does not make you positive. And you spend on healing, and you spend on past life therapy, you spend on psychology, you spend on naturopathy methods, you spend on healing yourself in a way which makes you empowered in the long run. You spend on organic foods, and you eat less of fatty foods. You spend less on television, you spend less on money, movies, you spend less on gold, you spend less on jewelry, you spend less on phones. So everything that can make you stressed, you spend less on. So that is abundance consciousness, and it is a 2-point focus of earth. Humanity moving towards simultaneous equations. It is evolution of the human race from ape man to human being to God man. So you are now moving towards being like God, being like co-creators, and being totally responsible for the reality that you are creating. When you see a past life therapy, you will realize how responsible you are, how much you are yourself creating all your problems because of your past karma, and how you can yourself heal those problems. And then actually you get help from God, because you understand the process of connecting to God, and you understand the process of co-creation of reality when you go through a past life session. But in a way which empowers you, which empowers the soul. If you simply see a past life and there is no analysis, that is not very helpful. So you have to analyze the past life, you have to program the past life for your highest and best good as a spirit, and you have to see the past life in a way that you can realize how you are making the same mistakes in the present life at the level of emotions, and you change your patterns of thinking so that you do not repeat the mistakes, and then your karma heals. All this understanding is complex. However, this is the only way to survive in the new age, with a positive spirit. Otherwise you can get negative and you can die, you can collapse. Energies are moving very, very fast. So you have to keep saying that I want to stay alive, and you can also say that I want to be human, or otherwise you can become an animal, and you can make choices at the level of feeling which are animal like. For example, if you have too much sex with anyone, if you go to prostitutes, or if you are completely careless about emotions, you say nothing matters, only money matters, then you become animal like, you are only survival consciousness, and then you are reborn as an animal. You can die anytime and be reborn as an animal. Spirits are moving so fast, they leave the body which does not listen to them. So if your spirit is saying that you be positive, but your mind is saying, just shut up, then the spirit will simply leave your body and go away. That is the time now, so we have to be careful. And it is good to stay alive and be positive, so that you can help God create a better world than choose to die. So it is good to self-heal yourself and spend time on meditation and naturopathy. Then just let go. You can simply detach and let go, but then if you become animal like, it is devolution than evolution. It's of course your choice. So thank you. I hope this helped in understanding that you have to move into simultaneous equations now. You can no longer simply focus on money and saving money as a panacea for all problems, because it is not going to happen. However much money you save, your stress levels will not reduce simply by saving money. You will need to spend the money on self-healing, on good food, on organic food, not fatty food, organic food, on recreation, and using your mind fruitfully, so that your mind, body and soul are all involved in the process of co-creation of reality, and all feel positive and powerful. Not just the body, the mind and the soul also have to be fed with positive energies. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.